Hi, I'm John Stenhouse from the University of Essex, running the Space to Grow and Angels at Essex equity investment platform. And I have with me today one of our top businesses on our platform, and that business is called WYSPR. And I have with me Elliot Wood and Oliver Bourne. So first of all, introduce yourselves. Who are you?
Very philosophical question.
Yeah.
I'll let you go first on that one. You're the talker.
Well, I guess we'll start with our names. I'm Ollie.
And I'm Elliot.
And we are the co-founders of WYSPR. We met at the University of Essex in our first year, on the first day, in fact, both stuffing sandwiches into our pocket at one of the events where we were in our new fabulous business school. From then, we found an affinity for business. It was both our hobby, interest, and our area of study. And we basically just built a relationship, tossing ideas back and forth. From there, we studied the same course, did a placement year in the city together at a company called TransPerfect, where we got the first experience of business in the real world. Elliot worked in client services management. I worked in project management for branding and marketing. And we managed to establish a really strong understanding of our particular areas. And we subsequently became the highest earning revenue earners in our departments. From that, we actually decided to start a company, which today is known as WYSPR. The idea came to us whilst we were in the gym one day after work in Aldgate. And effectively, we were just scrolling Instagram, as you usually do. And we just came to a realization that influencers that we all follow tend to get really poor engagement rates. Sometimes just 1% of their audience interact with their post. Meanwhile, our friends were posting about brands and products that they loved, their shoes, trainers, where they were, the bars, etc. And a high proportion of the people were engaging with their posts. That's because the audience that they reach aren't fans, they're friends, they're the people they know, love, and trust. So we kind of came to a eureka moment of, hey, why are influencers getting paid to promote stuff when we already are and not getting paid? Why not use them instead? So thus was born WYSPR. The company's premise is pretty simple. Anyone can become an influencer. All you do is download our iOS app and you can start promoting for the brands and products that you feel that you like. You get an invite based on your interests, your geography, for your audience, and you can finally monetize an asset that many people in our generation especially have developed purely passively. So now we're allowing many people to get paid doing something that they probably do already with a very easy method and hopefully expanding out to the world, disrupting influencer marketing whilst we're doing it.
It sounds a brilliant idea. So how did you find out about Angels at Essex?
Well, I mean, we were, as alumni of Essex, quite closely linked to several aspects of Essex. But this is one that we weren't so much linked to. It's actually yourself, John. We have you on LinkedIn and we saw you post about the platform when it first came up. So, clearly doing a really good job there. And we looked at it and we thought, wow, this is fantastic. This is kind of what Essex has needed. Being students of 4 years at Essex doing our placement year, we kind of saw how it kind of grew from a very small grassroots effort to build up businesses to kind of the full ecosystem that it has now. And kind of that investment platform was the last kind of piece of the puzzle that we kind of thought would really allow businesses to flourish. So yeah, that's how we found out about it.
Oh, great. So how did the Angels at Essex team help you on the journey?
The Angels at Essex team thus far have helped us in a tremendous amount of ways. We first communicated by reaching out for help with refining our pitch and pitch strategy. Got some excellent feedback, and I highly advise anyone who's associated to do so, because feedback that we got really helped us get down our pitch for not just any Angels and Essex pitching events, but all the others that we were doing at the same time. Feedback like that is oftentimes like navigating completely new waters for startups. Pitches tend to have 1,000 different opinions on how correctly to do them. And sometimes just getting face-to-face feedback is exactly what you need. The second thing that's been the most notable from the Angels at Essex team is the constant communication with any opportunities that arise. Honestly, it's a tremendous amount of value that's added just purely throwing information your way, just going, hey, this is an opportunity, hey, this is an opportunity, connecting with you with the correct people you need to grow as a startup and helping you at all points that you can. So the list goes on, but just to name a few, feedback and opportunity communication has been the most outstanding that I could possibly imagine. So thank you.
Well, thank you. Very nice comment. Have you attended any of our webinars, the Space to Grow series?
Yes, but also no, not formally. Unfortunately, every time we've wanted to join one of these webinars, there's always been like a clash with another meeting or like a client meeting that we've had going on. But I mean, luckily, Essex kind of had the foresight to put them all on YouTube. So the yes answer comes from the fact that we've actually gone to YouTube for quite a few of these and watched them, and like the next day or the few hours after they've been uploaded. They've been fantastic. They've been really useful. They've got such a broad array of webinars on the YouTube site as well. And they're fantastic. They're so in depth. They're usually like an hour long. So you really get to see all the kind of questions that you might have. I know one of the ones that we really liked the most was the pitching one, what investors would like to see. Because again, as Ollie said, it's such a subjective area. It's really nice to see an in-depth kind of review of it that's really hard to find elsewhere. And of course, they bring in expert speakers as well. So it's not just, you know, random people talking about their opinion on it. It's people with real life experience, which is, you know, sometimes hard to find in a university environment, because a lot of the time you've got academics or people with not as much industry experience. So the fact that they have these people available and bringing those, you know, that they don't have is, you know, just so useful to startups like ourselves.
Okay, so what do you see the real benefits of using the University of Essex? You've listed quite a few, but what does it mean to you?
The real benefits of using the University of Essex are genuinely the connections with people like yourself, John. Having access to expert information and expert skill set, like, you know, you, Andy, many of the other team members have. It's really enlightens the way as a, you know, young entrepreneur. Having the benefit of that experience, because, you know, I'm sure any other young entrepreneurs know that you've probably got the spirit, you've probably got the fire, but you probably don't know the way. So having other people to help light that path is just so beneficial.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. So are you going to be using the services of Essex University in the future?
Yeah, I mean, we still are, and we always plan to, and it's a relationship we only want to grow. You know, Essex has given a lot to us, and we only want to give a lot more back in the future. So, you know, whilst we're still benefiting from it now, and we will be in the medium to short term, in the long term, we still want to grow that, and we still want to give benefits back as well. It's so fantastic to see this full ecosystem growing and flourishing. It's very early years, but by God, it's going to be huge.
Thank you. Thank you. Would you recommend the University of Essex services to others?
I think that's a resounding yes.
Yeah. Thank you. So, what are your future plans? Where are you going with your business? What does the future hold for you?
That's a really interesting question, because we're doing a lot currently, and we have a lot of future plans as well. So in the near future, we're currently doing a raise, as I'm sure you're aware, John. Our target is 300,000, 15%. And we've been met with great reception thus far from venture capitalist firms and angel investment consortiums. We're hoping to finalize this deal as soon as possible. We probably still will be doing some like cold reach out to some other VCs that are available now. Obviously, developing our Android app is the next step in our technology. This will allow for potentially like hundreds and thousands of more people who don't use iOS to use our service and become a friendvertiser. That's what we call our version of influencers. So that will allow many more people to sign up. We have some more great ideas coming up in the far future. Well, not far future, like a year and a half, when we do our raise after this, when we get a development team in-house. This will allow us to develop technology that, what we call, just to give you a prelude, we call it X-ray specs for the consumer. Really allows clients that promote with us to get better insight in order to know what to promote. So that way we kind of do what we call, you know, a listen to your audience, see what they're doing, and then speak to them through our service. Our ultimate goal is to become the go-to service for consumer insight and consumer promotion tech. That's the story.
It's good to have ambition, and it all seems so reasonable. It seems a logical progression. I wish you well for the future. We're here to help you for the long term, not the short term. And we welcome you on board our platform. And we wish you every success for the future. Thank you both.
Thank you, John.